All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I would like to give all praise and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well, and peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth with all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. This is the brother Karatazah of the GMS Atlanta camp, and I'm just here with a lesson going in on how Esau, the so-called white man or America, has basically, been exposed, for, their filthiness and their wickedness, by the world. It's been, uncovered, so to speak, especially, with the coronavirus, how, America basically, let it, get out of control, which, was, it could be, a part of, their plan, so to speak, but nevertheless, the entire world basically, sees America, or, Babylon in the scriptures, for what it truly is, man, and, that's why the scriptures say that the beast shall hate the whore, but, without, further ado, I'm just going to get a couple of scriptures, and Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. So I'm going to start off with, Jeremiah chapter 51. I'll start at verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So the scriptures tell us to, to flee out in the midst of Babylon, not physically, but spiritually, because at the end of the day, he called us, to fish for the elect here in, America. But it says, verse 7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And as you can see in the picture that I have on the screen, it says the world. It says, "Damn, you live like this," and it has, the basically the whore, or America, with it's her filthiness in the background, because America likes to portray. So like America likes to portray, that where they're basically perfect, that they don't mess up, they're the everyone runs to them for help, but the curtains have been uncovered, man. The curtains have opened on this place, man. And that's why, these other nations are leaning towards their own currency. The value of the dollar, is devaluing, and all sorts of things is happening to this place because ultimately it's prophecy. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, said it, man. So this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. Now I'll start at verse 6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" And it's by the prophets of the Lord, man. We go out, to the highways and byways and push the spirit, on the Lord into the world, revealing, all these, so-called secrets or hidden things, that Esau tries to, push behind the scenes. And we're letting these people know, man. That's why they can't, basically they don't even try to hide, certain things anymore, man. Everybody knows and sees through, according to the numbers, that this whole coronavirus, is used, for to push the new world order, man. To declare martial law, to basically, like I said before, basically push towards the new world order. So it says, I read that again. It's Obadiah chapter verse 6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out?" And we all know that Esau, is so-called white man, according to Genesis. I think that's 25 and 25, if I'm not mistaken. So the so-called white man, his hidden things are sought up, man. Everything, the underground bunkers, as you like, the filthiness of the place, the wickedness, and all sorts of things. Matter of fact, let me get this one scripture. This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." You see, it says, "Woe to the bloody city, man! It is all full of lies and robberies, man." The lies and the robberies, have been, bought out via the scriptures, man. Via the Holy Bible. The Lord gave a certain number of men the understanding to put two and two together, man, starting with the apostles on down, man. Through through the precepts, basically we've put it together to where what we understand that what Babylon is speaking of America. That America or Babylon is going to be destroyed. Why? Because of the lies, and the and the filthiness and the deceit that you ultimately did on the Israelites, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And not only Esau, but these other nations as well. Because Esau wasn't the only nation to play part, have a part in putting the Israelites into subjection. So let me get see Salakia. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 3. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red," which that red horse is speaking of who? Esau. And it says, "And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." So who else could that be, man? Who's running things, so to speak, in today's society, so-called white man. And it says power was given unto him, to take peace from the earth, meaning ultimately, it was the power was given to him by who? The Lord, man. It's all prophecy, and it says, "And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." See, that blessing, which was given to Esau in Genesis 27, man. The 27th chapter, the 38th verse, man. So power was given to Esau to take peace from the earth, and we are, and like I said before, what the scriptures say, through thy precepts, we get understanding, so that's what the precepts supposed to do for you, man. Scripture say, matter of fact, let me try to find it real quick. Look, I don't want to butcher it, but not to go too far off topic, but this is Psalms 40 and verse 7. It says, Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Meaning we're supposed to, basically read this book, in its entirety, not just, the Torah or the Old Testament or just the New Testament. We're supposed to read the volume of the book, man. To get the understanding, to where you can discover that that's the so-called white man is Esau, the revealing of all these other nations and who they are and today, what name they're going by today, so such as the Moabites, which are the Chinese, Ammon, which are the Japanese, and so on and so forth, man. So back to the point, not to veer off topic, but so like I had this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 6. It says, For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment, man. So the Lord hates sinners such as USA, and really the world, in itself, man. That's why, America, is going to be ultimately destroyed and never brought back. It's going to be a memorial, man. Because the Lord hates sinners, man, and America is like the melting pot of wickedness, man. If I'm saying it right, man. We see all sorts of abominations and adultery, because some of these even though they're still off, but a lot of these other countries and continents such as South America, Africa, Asia, they still sort of keep some of the the culture, so to speak, of the Bible, but here in America, man, it's just the all out do as thou wilt spirit, which ultimately is abomination unto the Lord, and the Lord clearly speaks about abominations, man. So I'm gonna skip down to Sirach, the 12th chapter and the 10th verse. It says, Never trust thine enemy, for as like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And that is, the so-called white man, or really the heathens in its entirety, man. They are our enemies, man. While pursuant to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, how they, basically came up with the council to make Israel no more, man. To take the name of Israel away, but ultimately it wasn't the will of the Heavenly Father. We're the chosen seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off with this last verse in Sirach, the 10th chapter. Just basically giving light to the whole situation. To where who is really what the world really supposed to be ran like, and who is supposed to be ran by. So this is Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over one that is profitable. See, America, or the so-called white man isn't profitable to run the world. Why? Because they treat it in filth. They ran it, they run it, in wickedness and deceit. Just like I brought out, in Nahum the 3rd chapter, man. you know? And the people are sick of it, man. You know, that's why I say in Proverbs 29 and 2, you know, that when the righteous are in authority, you know, I mean, when the wicked, you know, are rule the people mourn, but when the righteous, you know, are rule the people rejoice, roughly paraphrasing, you know? And that's what you see now, man. You know, but, you know, when Yahweh Shah, you know, Yahweh Shah, you know, and the angels, you know, not Yahweh, but Yahweh Shah and the angels, you know, come, you know, and take back, you know, rulership. He's going to set one over that is profitable and won't treat the world, you know, like the filth, you know, that it's in, man. You know. So, you know, not to be too long-winded, but Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out by giving all praise and infinite glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule and teach well. And peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth with all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. Till the next time, I say shalom.